Okay, for those of you just now joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning, we are at the historic Los Rios district in San Juan Capistrano with the California Art Club. There's Rick Delante and Faye Wiles, say hi to them. Again, some artists over there, somebody over there. Anyway, this is the historic area across the street from the Mission San Juan Capistrano. This is the old part, and then over on the other side of the house there is the new gentrified part of the historic Los Rios district, and it's all gentrified now. But anyway, back when I started painting here, like when I first started painting, it was like still like run down, I guess you can say. It was still like, really more authentic. Maybe not 1860s authentic, but it was still pretty cool. So anyway, like it's named after apparently Stephen M. Rios' attorney at law. I don't know. It's a cute little place to paint though. Really super cute. And now there's a good coffee shop, kind of petting farm, and a lot of tourists. I'm not sure. I think these are just people who live here that are looking to do something on a Saturday morning. Not really sure. Alrighty, let's get the painting done. Alrighty, so what are we going to do today? So what we're going to do is we're going to do these, the Los Rios cottage thing here. It's pretty cool. I think it's one of the original buildings. So I've got a 12 by 24. I'm not going to do a 12 by 24. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use like half the painting, kind of really, just like I'm going to set it up so it's like in this area here and then blah it all out there. And we got the building there, and I want to get some of these cool angles. I've painted this thing like a bazillion times. It's never really turned out well. So let's see how we do today. Alrighty, let's get to work. Okay, so let's start it off with a little scratchy brush here. We got white, yellow, blue, red. I've got some gray. The brown would be awesome if I'd take the 5 minutes to, it's probably like a 2.5 minute round trip to go get some more, but I'm not going to do that. It's too much effort. So let's get some blue. I probably should put out some new blue. Blue, tint of red, hint of yellow, and now we have our starting color. Let's see what we do. And this brush is a nice, scratchy brush. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to, this is odd, so I'm going to like just right here, here, okay? And then I'm going to do this. Okay, now the reason I did it like this because I just want to focus on this half of the painting, and I set up my registration marks so that it gives me my little ideal registration marks. Let's do a painting here, guys. Kind of cracks me that they still let cars drive through here. It's like this is all pedestrian, and it's like, dude, if you're gonna shut the whole place down, man, shut the place down, dude. Hey, how are you? Hey, yeah. Oh, it's bad shit crazy, man. Now, you see, I'm not doing it right. This is not correct, guys. Let's start this over. Like, I'm just gonna draw like here. Alright, it's at this point that the artist has decided to set up his little camera over on the fence next to him, giving this an idea of trying out a new angle and making the most amazing YouTube videos about painting, because I mean, let's face it, watching somebody paint is pretty boring. However, the Bob Ross videos have like millions of views, and like mine have like thousands of views at best. So anyway, but alright, so I don't know if you want me to tell you about what's going on here. So I'm doing is just blocking in the painting. This is the fun part of painting, where you just, just go in with color and this and that, and just make it fun and exciting, and that's it. Because you already have your map going. You got your composition in. Even though the composition's wrong at this point, you'll see later in the video. Anyway, just having a grand old time, watching people go by, filling in some color, having good, whatever. Value is very important, because on great days, value is like really important, and a lot of color. Believe it or not, a lot of color. And then your values and this and that. But as long as you're having fun, who cares, But you want it to look good too, because at the end of a painting, what you really want is a good painting that you can hang on your wall, you can sell proudly, you can be like you know, hey, yeah, I did that. People are like, wow, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And you're like, oh yeah, I know, right? And that's why I'm still pretty poor. But anyway, uh, you know, it's important to note that I don't know where I was going with this. The angles are wrong. The painting is fun. It's all gray. I'm standing there. They're going to turn on the sprinklers at any minute now, but that's okay. I was warned about it. And, you know, that's about it. Painting's fun. I'd like to do a video where it's, you know, it's like actually teaching about painting, because I think I can do a pretty good job teaching painting. But you know, it's hard to gauge sometimes. I mean, I've taken workshops, I've watched workshops, I've done the whole 9 yards, and I've even given demonstrations, but I haven't done like a full workshop or anything like that. And I'd like to, but you know, my thing is like, if you're going to take a workshop and it's like, you know, a 3-day or a 5-day workshop, you're not really getting the whole experience, in my opinion. You know, to me, it's like, no, it needs to be like, you know, like a semester or a year's worth of classes in terms of really getting it down onto what and how makes a good painting. And it starts off by learning how to draw. And that's why, you know, in art school, you take all these drawing classes, figure drawing. Even figure drawing is not, you know, plein air out in the field, trees and everything. It's the idea of, you know, learning how to draw, learning how to translate what you see in your brain or through your eyes, your brain, out your arm and onto the paper. That's actually the hardest part about all this. The painting part is a lot easier, you know. You know, it's because I'm a pilot and I have to bring it into the, you know, it's like flying. Flying is easy. Landing is where you make your money. So anyway, you know, it's the same thing. You know, it's the drawing part that really makes your painting look good. How to put your mark down, as they say. And so by doing by teaching a workshop where it's like, you know, it's just the painting part, you're missing like a huge foundation part where you got to learn how to actually draw, actually move your arm, actually, you know, get that dexterity between your brain and the paper. So I'm not really jazzed about doing a workshop like that, because I really feel like I'd be doing you a disservice. That's what it really feels like to me. Anyway, let me know in the comments and what you think in this and that. All right. Okay, so I had to move the old camera because the workers are over here fixing the sprinklers in the historic sprinkler district. And anyway, down here. Also, a nice cloudy day. Don't ever dismiss a nice cloudy day, because the colors get really rich. You know, it's like, you know, you think that's like not enough sunlight color, but you know, a lot of sunlight kind of washes out the colors a little bit. But you get, you know, you get on a nice rainy day or a nice foggy day, and what happens is the colors become richer and the values get a little bit tighter. So you got to really, you know, pay attention to your values. No shortage of puppies. Oh, we're even getting serenaded by some live music today. And they brought these little apple fritters, Costco's finest. Okay, so the sprinkler testing is done, and time to get back to work. Hung out with Dan Marshall and Faye Wiles. Nice little hangout. You know, it's always the fun part when you come to these paint outs that have other people painting here. You know, because, you know, you just say hi to people, and that's the fun part. All right, let's get back to work. Alrighty, back to the voice narration, because there's like just like a lot of traffic and everything, and like some of my other videos, I've got like just so much ambient noise that it really doesn't, it didn't make me happy. So because, you know, in art school, we didn't go over how to do video editing of your video from painting, because back then we didn't have that. Who knew? All right. I mean, I guess we did. But, you know, you had to have a whole studio set up and this and that and everything. And, you know, big tape decks and what have you. Because when I was in college and all this stuff, is before all this digital stuff happened. Anyway, so all I'm doing now is just going through and just adding texture and some highlights, adjusting the lights and the darks, but mostly just trying to add texture and put in some of the objects that are being put in. You're going to see later that I move a lot of stuff because I'm not happy with some of it, but that's okay. That's why it's my painting and not yours. So anyway, you know, I'm just trying new things out. You know, if you want to leave a comment about, you know, the video quality, the video this, that, that'd be super duper. I'd appreciate that. If you got this far in the video and you didn't A, fall asleep, B, kick off your narcolepsy again, or D, left a casserole in the oven. Anyway, so as we're cruising along in this painting and in life, you have to, well, you have to. You just gotta kind of feel it a little. Is that where that goes? Is it? Is it not? That's okay. And also, you know, watching other videos, a lot of people seem to be pretty wrapped up in terms of, you know, what kind of brush, what type of paint, what type of solvent or this or that you're using. That's not the important part. That's the part where once you've got the foundation done, once you've got your ability to draw and see angles and conceptualize the painting in 3D space onto 2D space, you know, once you've gotten all that foundation done, then you can monkey around with, you know, different paints, different brushes, different surfaces, and they all do count. You know, this is a well, what did I use for this? It was like a titanium white ground on unprimed canvas, and I don't use any oil. I just use solvent to thin out the paints, and you know, it gives an effect that I like, I don't like, but at least I can play around with it. So not too far from here is this place called Heritage Barbecue. It's apparently quite famous. I have eaten there before. It is amazing, and you can smell the barbecue, and it's pretty awesome. Yay! Thank you.
We're getting a patch of blue sky too.
Not you. No, I'm just putting in the sky. Not yet. Not yet.
I know.
All right. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you. Well, anyway, you know the fun part about painting outside in a really high touristy area, especially when you're out with like a lot of other artists, you know, I mean, not a lot, but when we had like maybe a dozen people here, but at least, you know, you get some people come around taking a look, and it's kind of fun just to, you know, interact with people here and there. You know, number one, it's totally safe, you know. I mean, if you're like a woman who's afraid of people and this and that, whatever, you know, being out in a public area like that is totally safe, and you know, nothing's going to happen to you. But it kind of, you know, it's just fun because you get some people always come, oh my gosh, I love it, this and that. I mean, rarely do you ever have someone come and be like, wow, that looks like shit. So, you know, it's kind of fun sometimes to do that, you know, because like I've said so many times, it's a solitary endeavor here. And to have people come up and give you a little, you know, oh, hey, that looks so nice, oh my gosh. That's cool. I like it. Well, the sun is coming out, folks. Sun is coming out. Good, bad, little both. Oh my God. What the hell? Oh, in that case, we're going to have to call it. Yeah, so the sun came out like glaringly so, even though it's going to come and go behind some clouds, you know, we'll call it. I'm going to go put up on the easel and fix a few things like that little part I just did there, some of the background stuff, you know, pick up the, you know, a little something here. But with the sun glaring down on it, it's just changed everything. So we're going to finish this up in the studio. We'll put it up on our pal, and then, you know, if you like it, buy it. If you don't. But definitely like and subscribe to everything. And it keeps me coming out here and painting. I mean, we come out and paint anyway, but you know, it's always fun to sell a painting. Anyway, you know, we're gonna do a few more things. We'll see you back at the studio. Okay, so here's the final finished studio version. Now, you know, you saw that the sun came out, and you know, the sun was like directly on it, bright, glare, the whole 9 yards. So I brought it back. Also, I kind of had to leave a little early because I had to go to the bathroom. Anyway, so what we did is we fixed a lot of drawing issues that we had in there, push and pulled some of the values of the darks, you know, kind of make the picture look better, fix whatever the hell was going on here. And then over on this side, instead of putting the pathway through, I just kind of built up the brushes, the bushes, so that they just kind of, you know, didn't have a dumb pathway going to nowhere. Anyway, so, you know, I think this is, I think we're going to call this one done, at least for now, and, you know, get painting again. Might head on out to another wilderness park. I don't know. We'll see you there.